Shabbat Shalom. One of my favorite books when I was a toddler was Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Has anyone read that? Remember it? It's a classic. If you don't remember it, Alex is a young boy who endures a string of misfortunes, starting when he wakes up and he has gum in his hair. His brothers find prizes in their cereal box, and all he finds is cereal. At school, his teacher criticizes him. His best friend replaces him with two other friends, and his lunch bag lacks a dessert. Later, he gets a cavity at the dentist, has to buy boring sneakers. His father scolds him. He's served lima beans for dinner, and he is forced to wear pajamas that he does not want to wear. The book ends with his mom telling him that some days are just bad days. And you know what? That's totally okay. All of us here probably know what it feels like to have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. But here's the truth. While we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we choose to experience it. Every single day presents us with that choice. It all starts with how we get up in the morning, the very first thing that we do when we open our eyes. For years, my alarm was my iPhone. I would turn it off and immediately start checking my emails, the news app, my social media. And before my feet even touched the ground, I was already stressed out. A few years ago, Rabbi Artson, who's the dean at the Ziegler School of Rabbinic Studies, he taught my class that when you wake up, don't open your phone. Make the conscious choice to start your day stress-free. Once you open that phone, your day begins on the wrong side of the bed. So now, recently, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I use my Apple Watch's gentle vibration to wake myself up. If you have an Apple Watch, it's wonderful. It doesn't make noise. It just wakes you up. And I try to pause in those first few moments when my eyes flutter open and the morning light enters, because in that golden moment, you can set the trajectory of your day. Will today be just something to get through, or a brand new gift that you get to receive and design? How can we decide to make it a great day? The opening verse of our parasha, Re'eh, tells us, Re'eh anochi noten lifnechem hayom bracha uklala. See, this day I set before you all blessing and curse. Kliakar, a Polish commentator, he says that he noticed it's singular before it's plural. If you're a grammar fan, then you can notice that. He says, see is singular, but before you, lifnechem is plural, before you all. This is what our sages teach us. A person must always view things as if the entire world is both half righteous and half wicked. If one performs just a single mitzvah, that they can tip themselves in the entire world to the side of merit. Therefore, Moses spoke to every individual. See, he told every single person standing there, that one should see in their thought that every single action throughout the day affects the entire community. By choosing to see the blessings, we have the ability to make the world a more beautiful place. But that's not always the easiest thing to do. Some days are filled with more challenges than others. The Kedushat Levi, a Hasidic Rabbi, he tells us how we can remain positive. He notices that the word hayom, day, today, is in our verse. At first, there doesn't seem to be any reason that the word hayom is there, as we know that God renews God's blessings every single day, just as God renews the act of creation of the universe by providing bright light to the universe, as this is part of God's goodness. People who serve God are aware that they can receive new insights daily and learn new things that they had not known the previous day. We may therefore understand the word hayom, today or this day, as every single day. Our sages tell us that every day it should appear in your eyes as if it was new, filled with endless potential. Jack London, 20th century writer, tells us, as the sun rises, it illuminates a world of possibilities. Embrace the unknown and let each new day be an adventure of discovery. Meor Einayim, the founder of the Chernobyl movement, the 18th century, he says that it is up to each and every one of us to discover the blessings mixed with the curses, to search for the good amongst all of the evil in the world, sifting through the noise of the world and our busy lives to discover the good and to acknowledge it and to spread it throughout this world. We are invited in to take note of all the blessings that are mixed in with the noise, to discover the divine in a very, very loud world. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, in his book, In God in Search of Man, he tells us that the sense for the miracles which are daily with us, the sense for the continual marvels, that is the source of prayer. There is no worship, there is no music, no love, if we take for granted the blessings or defeats of living. No routine of the social, physical, or physiological order must dull our sense of surprise at the fact that there is a social, physical, or physiological order. We are trained in maintaining our sense of wonder by uttering a prayer before the enjoyment of food. Each time we're about to take a drink, a glass of water, we remind ourselves of the eternal mystery of creation. Blessed be you by whose word all things come into being. A trivial act in a reference to the supreme miracle. Wishing to eat bread or fruit, on seeing a rainbow, or noticing trees when they blossom, or meeting a wise sage in Torah or in secular learning, hearing good or bad tidings, there's a blessing for that as well. This is one of the goals of the Jewish way of living, to experience commonplace deeds as spiritual adventures, to feel the hidden love and wisdom in all things. Jewish law, halacha, tells us that one must bless each day at least 100 blessings. When we choose to count our blessings, we spread joy in the world. God doesn't need our blessings, but we need that reminder. If we go back to those opening words, Re'eh anochi noten lifnechem hayom bracha u'klala. See, this day I set before you all blessing and curse. If we see and we take note of the blessings that surround all of us, and if we choose that path, the path of blessings, a path of radical amazement, a path of spreading those blessings to create more good in the world, we discover joy. 7 times in our parasha, the root sin mem chet appears in our parasha, sameach. It appears 12 times in the entire book of Devarim, but 7 times in our parsha, and only 1 time in the other 4 books. From the opening of our verse of our parsha, Moses gives all of us the choice that if we choose the path of blessing, it leads to simcha, to joy. If we look at these 7 verses, we see that this joy is not merely being happy by ourselves, but it's experiencing joy altogether. So tomorrow morning, I invite all of you to find these 7 verses. I have them written here, but I'm not going to give them to you. And Rabbi Sachs, he tells us that happiness is something that we can feel alone. But joy? No, joy in the Tanakh is something that you share with others. Blessings are not measured by how much we own or earn or spend or possess, but by how much we share. Simcha, joy, is the mark of a sacred society. It is a place of collective joy. One of my favorite bands, Fish, wrote in their song Joy, and I'm wearing their kippah tonight, we want you to be happy. Don't live inside the gloom. We want you to be happy. Come step outside your room. We want you to be happy because this is your song too. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, pause. Don't reach for your phone, especially because it's Shabbos. Whisper, Modeh Ani. Thank you, God, for this brand new day. Notice one blessing, a ray of sunlight, the sound of a loved one's breath, even the miracle of your body working. Because each day God sets before us blessing and curse. Each day we can choose radical amazement, and each day we can spread joy, not just for ourselves, but for the community around us. Unlike Alexander in the book, who thought moving to Australia would solve all of his problems, the Torah reminds us the blessings are right here in front of us, hidden in the ordinary, just waiting to be discovered. The only question we have is, what blessings will we see today, and how much joy will we create together? Shabbat Shalom.